This year marks the 85th anniversary of the Battle of Khalkha River. Historic records indicate that all sides suffered significant losses. However, the exact number of casualties remain uncertain and unconfirmed to this day. This year marks the 85th anniversary of the Battle of Khalkha River, which took place between May and September 1939 near the Khalkha River in Mongolia. 4 countries were involved, resulting in over 50,000 casualties. The Mongolian People's Revolutionary Army suffered 990 losses, while Japan and the Soviet Union had around 20,000 and 25,000 casualties, respectively. However, researchers believe these figures may differ from reality, as damage assessments at the time were based on rough verbal estimates. During the time of the Khalkha River War, the Soviet Union got its information about casualties of other sides through combat intelligence workers. They were fixed spies on the railways from the Khalkha River to Manchuria. What they did was they approximated the number of casualties, and that information would be reported to the officers. Although it's considered very far from reality, the information we have from the records is authentic. This battle, which occurred on the territory of the Khalkha River, involved the largest number of weapons and equipment ever seen. It's believed that the parties involved may have inflated or downplayed the extent of the weapons and technical damage to serve their interests.
The parties involved in the Khalkha River War experienced significant losses in both personnel and military equipment. Reports indicate that the Soviet forces lost 250 tanks and 267 planes, while it was believed that Japan had lost 608 planes. However, contemporary Japanese sources have revised these figures, reporting that their actual losses were 162 planes and approximately 100 tanks.
All parties involved in the battle experienced significant losses. The Soviet Union and the Mongolian forces sustained the most casualties on May 28, 1939, the day the conflict began. The thousands of Japanese soldiers were killed in the Battle of Bayinsarang Mountain, and researchers believe that the Kwangtung Army suffered the heaviest losses. In the battle, there were about 132,000 soldiers, around 1,000 tanks and 800 planes involved from the other party. The result of this war was a mass loss of human lives. Researchers of the Military History Center are digging archives from many places to better estimate the losses. In 1946, Mongolia submitted a note to the Far Eastern Commission demanding 321.1 million MNT, or approximately $80 million at the 1945 exchange rate, as were reparations from Japan. The damage inflicted by Japan between 1935 and 1936 included 33 casualties in terms of manpower and 11,390,000 MNT in material losses. In the 1939 Battle of the Khalkha River, Mongolia lost 731 people and 60,732,000 MNT in equipment. The total losses from the 1945 War of Liberation amounted to 124 people and 195,178,000 MNT. Summing up all the losses, the best-known figures are 888 people, 267,301,083 MNT, and 82 Munk. It's unlikely that these war damage can be fully compensated financially. The impact of war cannot be replaced by monetary compensation, as the emotional scars borne by those who endured the conflict and witnessed the aftermath on their land remain irreplaceable.